is a motion to approve Holbrook Roofing Company Incorporated low quote to remove the existing flat roof at City Hall and install a new flat roof for an amount of $325,270 to be funded through TBA capital outlay. I believe Mr. Hewlin, you were on this one, so you want to kind of talk about this?
We've had roof leaks, so we have the roof, we had to have it done. They felt we were getting to the end of the life of this roof, so we put it out for bid, and this is what we received back through the federal program.
Charlie?
Absolutely, it needs to be done. My problem is it came to us on mayor's communication when we've known, he told us last year we're back at the roof. Why? What's going on? Why is it such a hurry now?
I just, with the way that the threshold, when it fell, we opened the bids, Richard put it out, and we opened this on, I believe, Friday. And we spoke with the mayor, we vetted everything, and he said, let's get it on, and then we can at least get the ball rolling, because these guys get very, very busy as we get closer into school seasons.
The way, just to answer, the way we closed the agenda, it just fell after when we closed it.
Yeah, once it's published for a lot of
Right, exactly.
On mayor's communication,
Right.
you know, we've known about this roof for a long time.
Right, exactly.
I knew about it 8 years ago, so.
Sure. Any other questions for Mr. Hewlin on the roof replacement? All right, thank you, Mr. Hewlin, appreciate it. All right, so we will go ahead. Sheila, are you ready for the?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have a gentleman go for the insurance renewals. These are items 25, 26, and 27. And you can go ahead and start, Sheila.
Yeah. Trying to get out here. We have some new faces on council, but this is John O'Connor from 44 North. John's been with the city since 2011. His group helps us shop rates, kind of find the best market out there, the best plans that we can find for all of our health care. So that would be our dental, our vision, medical. You may start eating that sugar. So we're bringing forward tonight the renewals for the 7/1 open enrollment period. The employees will have open enrollment from May 7th through May 20th. And so we typically like to bring the rates to council, get those approved. And that way we're able to load everything up into the online system, and the employees and our retirees that are pre-65 participate in open enrollment. So they have 2 weeks to make no changes, make many changes, just make some changes. They can do all of those. So I'm going to turn it over to John, kind of go through these spreadsheets, and hopefully, I know it looks daunting, but it's not that bad.
So there is a lot of information on these sheets, so I can, as much as you want or as little as you want. A couple highlights of that I'd like to share. First, thank you for allowing my team to partner with the city over the years, and it's been a great relationship. So a couple things. So overall, a pretty good renewal season. Been working on it for 2 or 3 months. Highlight Health Alliance plans at about 3.5% increase. Blue Cross is flat. Blue Care Network is at about 6.5%. So as you look at these sheets, though, when you get the renewal from the carrier, they give you an overall renewal percentage, but it doesn't exactly work out amongst every plan. So on that sheet, you might see a renewal increase that's, you know, for half it says 3.5%, 4%, but one plan might be at 5.98, and it's just the way the rates fall out in different suffixes. Now, suffix is a subgroup within underneath the plan. So as you look at those, there's a couple tests that we do. So you guys do an alternative funding arrangement. It's called a health reimbursement arrangement, where actually the city buys a high deductible plan and reimburses it down to a lower benefit level. And by doing that, the concept is to save dollars. So you're not overbuying for the insurance. So the first test we do at every renewal is to see, is the health reimbursement arrangement still working? And how we can tell if it's working or not is that we come up with an illustrative rate that represents the high deductible plan, and then the utilization from the health reimbursement, the reimbursements that we do from the high deductible down. And we put that into an illustrative rate. If that illustrative rate is less than buying the plan fully insured from the carrier, then we know it's working. And there's a threshold. So for an example, let's say if we were going to buy a HAP plan, and for a single it was $700. And the HRA and the base plan illustrative rate was $720, doesn't make sense to do the HRA anymore, because we're not saving dollars. But if it's the other way around, it's $700 if you bought it directly from HAP, and then it came in at $675 or $660, then we're still saving $25, $30, $40, and it makes sense to do it. That's on a single contract. So that is the case this year again. So we looked at fully insured rates, no health reimbursement arrangement. We looked at the way we're doing it, and we've also looked at it self-funded. So doing it fully self-funded from the carriers. And it still makes sense to do the health reimbursement arrangement. It's still delivering your negotiated benefit levels more affordably than you can buy them direct from the carrier and or self-funding it. And that would be where the city would take on the risk of the claims, administering the claims. So we look at that every renewal season. We also look at different models for different plan designs. But in the environment that we have where the benefits are negotiated, for now we have the boundaries that we have to operate in. Yep.
So I'm looking here at ASPE 1128. They used to be in that union.
Okay.
And it says out of pocket. Is that what it means? Maximum out of pocket expense?
Let me see.
Right here.
Okay, yep. So this is Blue Cross Blue Shield Actives. So that's the plan design.
Okay.
So when you use the plan, we're buying this higher deductible. It's $2,500 is the deductible, and it's got a co-insurance 20%. And then the max that the plan would have to pay is up to $5,000. So that's everything all together though. That's deductible, co-pays, co-insurance.
And that's what the plan plays, and the employee has the original deductible.
That's right.
Whatever, 250 or whatever it was.
So we're reimbursing from here to this blue column.
Okay.
So that's their plan design.
Okay.
Well, we're buying that, and by doing that, we're creating a savings in the premium.
Okay.
And then below there's a dark black line that goes across the sheet. In that black line are the illustrative rates in yellow.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Right
So
here.
single
So
cost
they picked their
You
plan,
got
right?
it. Yep.
774.
You got it. So then another piece, and there's
Is
a
that a
lot of
year?
stuff on here.
Or a month?
That's a month.
777.
Yep, a month. So then the next yellow line all the way down at the bottom of the sheet, right here, that's actually the Public Act 152 calculation from a hard cap or an 80-20 cost share. Okay? And those are a monthly number.
This one, yeah, okay, thank God.
Yeah, the top box, Councilman Woolley, is the total,
Right.
all in, employee, employer. The bottom, the 20% would be what the employee pays
Okay.
monthly basis.
Correct.
So when you break that over 26 pays, it is less,
Okay.
yeah. And you'll break that down. So just as a point of reference on that same AFSCME group, if we were buying the Blue Cross Blue Shield, the fully insured, the blue columns where it says fully insured cost, including taxes and fees, that 774 would actually be $820.29. The differential spread gets bigger, it's greater, it's $200 to maybe $300 more from the two-person or family.
Yep.
So what John was explaining was the analysis that we do from year to year based on utilization, what we paid in the HRA, what we're paying in the premiums, still tells us that this kind of hybrid self-funded model is the best way to go.
Yeah, for this year, there's still a gap, there's still the opportunity for savings. And, Public Act 152, when it came about 4 or 5 years ago, there's a lot of heartburn around it, but what it's done is it's actually what's good for the city is good for the employees and vice versa. So we had our cost containment meeting earlier this afternoon, and we were just talking through the mechanics of it. And the department heads and union leaders, they understand that if we can deliver the benefit less, more affordably, it's good for their cost share, because they have a 20% stake in what they have to pay.
Another